Hi everyone, and welcome back to neilpwad.com with Niall and Thomas, and it is another Eurovision reaction video. Today we are looking at the winners of Festival da Canção. I probably said that wrong, but hey, there we go. It is Portugal. Before we get into the reaction, do go to neilpwad.com. You can find all of our links to social media, etc. there, and also subscribe to this channel. That really helps us out. So if you subscribe, like this video, and push the notification bell to know every time we release something new, we'd love you forever. Thank you so much. But let's get into it. I saw the winners, a bit of the winners' performance yesterday, but I didn't really pay too much attention. So I'm going to go in with a fresh eye. Thomas, have you reacted to any of Portugal? Have you seen this?
No, well, we did. No, we did one entry for Festival da Canção earlier last week, but that's obviously not the one that won. So first time hearing it.
Okay, let's get into this. This is NAPA, and the song is Deslocado. Deslocado. Here we go. Well, this is interesting to begin with, straight away.
I feel like you would wear that shirt. Maybe not the pants, but the shirt.
Not the pants. I feel like you would wear the jacket of the bassist. This isn't a fashion show. Why are we doing that? This is a very chill, melodic start for sure. A very nice vocal.
Got a bit of a loungy vibe.
Yeah, back to the lounge where we were at with Mimicat. Is that not what we wanted?
Yep. Portuguese is such a beautiful language.
It kind of makes me upset that English is sort of like one of the big languages because it's so boring. Like Swedish, Finnish, Portuguese, it's all so much more interesting.
There's something this year in national finals about trees in the background or images of trees or something. Obviously, I don't know what the song is about, but...
Well, I have got the lyrics up, so we'll discuss them after.
Perfect. The vocal is pretty nice.
This is one of those entries where it's really nice to listen to. It's almost background music-y. It's just not what you just never know how it's going to do. But this is nice. There's almost like a little bit of like a 80s, 70s, but I don't know, I'm getting like a bit of nostalgia vibes from the beat, like the way the guitar is.
I'm trying to look back. What was the Black Mamba? Do you remember the Black Mamba? I think that was 2021, like in Rotterdam, I think. That was also a very chill, sort of like loungy vibe song that people didn't think was going to do well and then did pretty well. So...
Yeah. Okay, that was NAPA with the song Deslocado. Let's just take a quick look at the lyrics. So the chorus, no matter how it may seem, I'll never belong to that city, the sea of people, the different sun, the power of concrete, it doesn't provoke anything in me, it doesn't feel like home. So a lot of this looks to be about being home, not feeling home, and stuff like that.
Maybe. Homesick? Being homesick.
Maybe, yeah, but it seems the lyrics seem nice, but again, listening to it in Portuguese, even though I can't understand the word of it, it's just there's something beautiful about it. The melody it carries is just nice. Yeah, as I said there, this is one where you can't really predict if it's going to do really well in qualifier or if it's just not going to qualify. I would always be a bit surprised if Portugal don't qualify. They've got such a really good sort of streak going at the moment. But yeah, this is one I like. I enjoy it. I think it's really nice. I would put this on the playlist. Again, this is one I can't remember. We said this earlier about a song. It's one I would put on the playlist, but it would potentially get skipped. So if I was check, there's a potential for it to be. It would be on the playlist, but could get skipped if you're not in the mood for it. This sort of is one of those songs you need to be in the mood for. I'm just not sure how it would do. It's definitely one that's going to stand out based on what we've got so far, though. Actually, so that could work in its favour.
I think that's been Portugal's strength in recent years, because this is. Although I feel like Portugal's entries have been like rather more competitive than this one in recent years, but they have had several entries that felt very chill and laid back, relaxed. Sort of. If I think about Mauro, for example, I think about the Black Mamba, even Salvador Sobral was very chill, very laid back, and I feel like that's sort of their strength, is that they stand out that way. Portuguese is also a very dreamy language, especially in this setting. This song, but I agree. It's a song. I don't know if everyone's gonna get. Yeah, it is, and it's a beautiful song. But I don't know if everyone's going to be able to get into it. That's why I just said like it's not as competitive as some of their previous entries. I feel like Mauro, for example, although that wasn't necessarily my favorite entry of the year, but she had a vibe on stage. It was very, very intimate.
Yes.
The staging where she was, where they were standing in a circle singing and harmonizing, that was really beautiful. I think this one lacks that a little bit. I don't feel like it's as intimate as that was. Maybe it's also because this is, or I'm guessing this is more of a band. We've got like instruments on stage, so I'm guessing it's not just a solo singer. So yeah, it could go either way, but just because a country has a streak of qualification, that doesn't mean that the streak can't be broken. So I feel like in that sense, maybe they could be in the danger zone this year. At some point, do people get a little bit tired of countries sending a similar vibe song every year? Because I feel like, apart from Mimi Cat, Portugal has been sending a lot of these slower songs, and maybe it is time for them to send something different. I feel like they've been taking risks a lot in recent years that have paid off for them. And this one, although it's risky in the sense that it's not competitive, but it also feels a bit safe. It also feels a bit too bland, maybe, for Eurovision. And I'm sounding very negative now, which is not my intention, because I do really enjoy this song. Like, I will probably also put this on my playlist and listen to this when I'm in the mood for it. I'm just thinking along the lines of like, is this going to do well at Eurovision? I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I've said that about so many entries this year. It's like, I have no clue what's going to happen.
It's one of the great things that I think people will remember about 2025 is that it feels really wide open. There's a few favourites, but a lot of those favourites have people who equally can't get into those songs either. Like we've talked a lot about Finland and Belgium, but there are people who I know people who have Finland last because they just can't get into it. And that is wild to me. I can't envision a world where I would even question having that last.
Yeah.
But music is subjective, and that's the whole point of reactions. That's the whole reason you're watching this video, is because you're interested in what other people are thinking. so we've got our own opinions, which are it's a nice song, but etc. But when you think about what is Europe in the mood for, we're seeing a lot more. This is one of the few national finals this year where we've seen more chill song win. You know, I will say as well, in the public vote, the 12 points from the public vote went to a much sort of rockier sound that was maybe a bit more fun. A lot of people liked it. So I wonder if this whole thing of these more fun entries winning the public vote is a sign of what to do and or of what the mood is in the world. We've discussed this, but the world is a horrible place at the moment. There's so much horrible stuff going on in every corner of the world, and it feels depressing a lot of the time. So this escapism and fun really just allows people to put that behind them and forget what else is going on and just enjoy something. So this is one of the other reasons why I worry about songs like this, because I just don't feel like this is what people are in the mood for. And it's a televote only semi.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, like, you know, when it comes back to, you know, this, how this would do with the televote or how the Portuguese public voted, because you're telling me right now it didn't win the televote necessarily. Okay, so I didn't watch Festival da Canção yesterday, or not yesterday. By the time that you're watching this, we're a couple of days later. We're recording this on Sunday, so the national final was yesterday. I wasn't able to watch it. But I think a lot of it also comes down to whether or not people have, especially the Portuguese public, do they have an expectance to win Eurovision anytime soon again? I've never seen Portugal as a type of country, you know, broadcaster or public, that necessarily feels like, oh, well, we really want to win Eurovision. I feel like their goal is more to showcase their culture and showcase the talent that they have rather than actually winning. If you look at a country like Sweden, who are not, you know, hiding the fact that they do want to get another win and they want to beat Ireland, and they make jokes about it and it's funny, but they are very competitive. And I've never seen Portugal as the most competitive country. So, and we've said this before, people should vote for the song that they want to send to Eurovision, regardless of what the thought process behind it is. If they want to send something quiet and something demure as this, then send it. It's not up to us to judge whether or not we agree with that. We can only give our opinion on the song, which is what we do, and we always try and see in our channel, like, what are the chances of this song qualifying? What are its chances of potentially winning the contest? How would it rank? And when we do that, we don't mean necessarily that every song has to be that competitive, but that is the whole point of our channel, where we, you know, dissect the songs and see how well it could do. So in that sense, I think Portugal have another song that they can be really proud of. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful song. But
I will say,
you know, is it competitive?
I'm just looking it up. It did get the 10 points from the public vote. So it does have public support. That's not my point that I was meaning, but just I think there is more of an appetite for that escapism. I will also say, looking at EurovisionWorld.com in the ratings, it is one of the lower rated songs that they had in the final, based on, you know, those rankings that people put in. So that is maybe an interesting window into what people might think of it outside of Portugal. But we just need to wait and see, you know.
Exactly.
Who knows?
And you know what it also is that I feel like a lot of times when people, because I'm thinking you're talking about the rating, like the 5-star rating, and you can, I think, because I saw someone post yesterday that said, if you had checked out the national final and dove a little deeper into the national final of Portugal, you would have known that it was actually one of the favorites to win, because a lot of people were really shocked and surprised at this one. And I have to say, from the reactions that I got over the last couple of weeks when the songs came out, I didn't see this name a lot within the Euro fandom being named as their favorite, or I want this to win. And I feel like a lot of times when people's favorites don't win, the national selection.
They can tank.
They're very easily triggered to go to Eurovision.world or Eurovisionworld.com and hit that 1-star button as a sort of like defines like, oh, well, you made the wrong choice, and I'm not even going to attempt at trying to like it. I'm just going to give it 1 star. So those ratings, I'm not 100% a fan of them. There are songs that rate it really high where I'm like, really? But, you know.
It was just an interesting thing that I noticed while looking at the points. But yeah, it's a really, really nice song. We'll stand by that, but I don't see how well it could do.
Yeah.
I just don't think this is the potential of doing something amazing for Portugal at Eurovision this year. But we've been wrong plenty of times before. We could be wrong again. Maybe we are. Anyway, that's it for Portugal. If you go to neilpad.com, you can find all of the links, all of our playlists, all of our social media. It's all there. And also subscribe to this channel, like the video, and press the notification bell. It really helps us out, helps us reach more people who want to listen to idiots talk about songs. Who doesn't want that? We will see you again very, very soon. Goodbye.